Well, the sudden resignation of François Legault this morning probably came as a shock to many, but then again, maybe not. Political analyst Victor Henriquez joins us now. So, Victor, after all the polls that showed François Legault how unpopular he was and his government was, he decides now to go. Why now, do you think?
I think two things. First, I think that the last poll that came out yesterday evening saying that the CAQ was last quote with Quebec Solidaire was the confirmation for him that whatever happened, there was no way for him personally to help the party to go up. And he accepted the verdict of people, but I'm pretty sure it was something that was on his mind for many weeks now.
Well, a lot of people have been dissatisfied with him and his government for a long time, you know, from record debt to the doctor's squabble to the CAQ fiasco, Northvolt, not to mention very unpopular laws like Bill 21 and 96 for cultural communities and Anglophones. But how do you think he'll be remembered in the long run, Victor?
In the long term, I'm pretty sure that we will remember François Legault as the premier of the pandemic. And we all remember how strong was his mandate when he won the election in 2022 because of the fact that Quebecers trusted him during the pandemic and they were mobilized helping the government to go through this situation. I'm pretty sure that historically that's how we're going to remember him. And he hopes, and that's what he said today in his press conference, he hoped to be remembered as someone who got up the economy of Quebec and many other things. But I think at the end of the day, our sons and daughters are going to talk about François Legault as the pandemic prime minister.
Okay, let's talk now about successors because we're hearing a lot of names within his party. Would that be the smart move, though, to go with someone inside the party, or would it be better to go with someone completely outside to give them a fresh look?
First of all, if we look at the people inside of the party, the choices are not going to be very easy neither. You have Bernard Drinville, for example, who has the experience, former CAQ minister that now is Minister of Environment. He's going to be interested in going to the leadership. Geneviève Guilbeault, from what we hear, is already in place, and she has some people working for her ready to be part of this leadership, and maybe Sonia Lebel. But the question is, are those people are going to look new enough for the Quebecers to make sure that they forget about the fact that François Legault and the CAQ government have been there for 7 years and that they have their Carney moment? Because that's basically what Mark Carney was able to do last year when he totally made people forget about the Trudeau years and made a huge change. And I think that that change comes from someone outside of the party. There was a name that was very natural, that was the name of Mario Dumont, who said today that he was not interested. So we're going to see what happens and what kind of names we're going to hear within the next weeks. But I think that an option from outside of the party is maybe going to be more helpful for the CAQ to make people forget that they have been there since 2018.
Okay, we have about a minute left. Let's look quickly at what the other parties should be doing now, the PQ and the Liberals in particular. The Liberals don't even have their own new leader yet. What should they do now strategically, do you think?
First of all, for Liberals, it's going to be easier because they are changing leaders right now. And Charles Millard has an interesting persona. He's someone that has an experience in the economic level as the president of the Federation of Chamber of Commerce, and he's already working on a platform that is going to probably be an economic platform. For the PQ, it's not good news. It's a bad news today because they were ready for a strategy where they were trying to get the CAQ vote on their side, helping them to go further the 34% they are right now. Basically, they're going to have to strategy to garbage and to start again because we don't know who are going to be in front of them. So for the PQ to be changed and for the Liberals, they're not going to be the only ones having a new leader. So it's an interesting moment to make sure that they get the awareness they need for Charles Millard.
For sure. It certainly changes the political landscape in all directions. Thanks so much for your thoughts on this today, Victor.
Thanks. Good evening.